Back in 2016, the Milwaukee Bucks drafted Thon Maker with the 10th pick of that year's NBA draft. Considered a 5-star recruit by most basketball recruiting services, it wasn't a surprise that Thon Maker was drafted quite high. Also, he could have been drafted even higher. It's just that coming out of South Sudan and maybe not having the most official birth date record, so to speak, there was this age situation. Even though he was listed as a 19-year-old, some teams believed he could have been 21 to 23 years old at the time. Nevertheless, at 7'1", 200-something pounds, he was a tantalizing prospect. Yes, strength was a concern, but he also had shown some range, didn't escape contact, and played with energy. Every player coming out of the draft comes with some concerns, that's normal. The Bucks believed in him, and they drafted him. In Summer League, Thon Maker performed quite well. He even made NBA All-Summer League second team. His NBA career, though, started slow. He didn't play the first 2 games of the 2016-17 season, then played sparingly until Jabari Parker had a season-ending injury and subsequent surgery. In total, during his rookie season, Thon Maker participated in 57 games, starting 34 of them. And yes, his average minute count was quite low, but you have to take into account that that's because he played very little in the very beginning of the season. By the end of the season, even though still his minute count was inconsistent, he was averaging his cool 15 to 20 minutes per game. There were some alarming things though. As a 7'1" center, his game high in rebounds was only 7, even though he had games where he played close to 30 minutes. His per 36-minute number looked even worse, only 7.3 rebounds. But that was his first season, so there's plenty of time to improve, right? Well, he kinda didn't. Even though he played more and more, he just didn't improve. He wasn't as efficient, he completely lost his 3-point shot, and his per 36-minute numbers looked even worse. Still, at times, the public media still reminded of his potential, how he can be great, it just didn't pan out. He had a 16.8 rebound game and then followed it with a 2.2 rebound game. That was Thon Maker then, inconsistent. By his third year in the league, the Milwaukee Bucks were done with his supposed potential and traded him to Detroit, where he played the most minutes per game of his career, but still didn't improve even a bit. He had a solid role off the bench for around 20 minutes per game, but just couldn't really bring anything meaningful to the team. He continued to average his 5 points and 3 rebounds, and that's it. He didn't block shots, he didn't spread the floor efficiently, nothing. He spent one more full year in Detroit and once again was his mediocre self. The team didn't extend Maker's qualifying offer and he was now a free agent. For his one last NBA stop, Maker ended up in Cleveland, where he played just 8 games before being waived. That was back in 2021, and those were his last NBA games so far in his career. But what did he do after his NBA career? Well, he went to Europe. If the Basketball Reference records are correct, he played only 2 games in Israeli Basketball League for Hapoel Jerusalem before being released and averaged 5 points and 5 rebounds. He then went back to America where he played for Long Island Nets in G League. And here he averaged 8 and 6 in 20 minutes in G League. So not great. And after that, like many other NBA players whose career didn't quite pan out, he went to China. He signed with Fujian Sturgeons, where he was one of the leaders on the team, averaging 17 and 10 in 30 minutes per game. But again, you have to remember that it's China. He spent his 2023-24 season also with the Fujian Sturgeons, averaging 15 and 7, and starting to lose his minutes to other players on the team. So, in April of 2024, he went to Lebanon and signed with, and I'll try to not murder this name, Al Riyadi Club Beirut. There, he's a star. Basically, just 3 weeks ago on June 1st, he helped his team with to win the West Asia Super League. He was named MVP and had 35 points and 15 rebounds, and just over a week ago, on June 15th, he and his team won Basketball Champions League Asia. So maybe he is finally realizing his potential in Lebanon? What happened though? Back in 2017, Kevin Garnett said that Thon Maker will be the league MVP one day. I mean, Thon Maker is still just 27, but I doubt he will be NBA MVP anytime in his career. You could say he's just not that good in basketball. He can't put on size and doesn't necessarily has great basketball IQ. Few draft analysts aside, a lot of people actually did think that he was a big gamble, so it's not necessarily a surprise that he didn't quite make it. He had poor coordination and really, besides his length, didn't have anything that stood out. He was playing against limited competition in high school, so he looked good there. Also, that age thing. There was a Thon Maker yearbook photo going around which kinda proved that instead of 19 at the time of being drafted, he was actually 23 or 24, and that's a big difference. But the Bucks didn't pay enough attention to that and swallowed the bait. They thought they were getting another Giannis, who also, mind you, wasn't a world beater in his first few years. Unlike Giannis though, Thon Maker only had a few years in the league. Who knows, maybe someday he will be back in the league, but considering the trajectory of his career, he's been going down in level of competition. So my guess is his NBA career is over, and I'm not sure his basketball career continues that much longer. I mean, he might just be 32 already. But what do you think, guys? What happened to Thon Maker's NBA career? Did he have a potential or was it all smoke? Do you see him getting back to the league? Please leave your comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like for the video and share it with others as well. Please subscribe to the channel. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you very much for watching. This is Purple Prince, and I'm out.